This is Daily News Brief, quick, clear, and current. Hit like and subscribe for more news that matters. Here are the brief highlights of today's top stories. Bondi fires Justice Department employee for gesturing at National Guard. FBI, cybersecurity experts warn of three-phase scam that is draining bank accounts. Is my neighbor allowed to park in front of my house? Here's what Colorado law says. Southwest Airlines begins flying first plane with secondary cockpit barrier. Man faces massive fine after bulldozing over mile of national park for driveway. It was just astounding that someone could think this kind of activity was okay. CDC official makes shocking confession about RFK Jr.'s intel. Government Gretchen Whitmer calls special election for state Senate seat that could split Michigan chamber. COVID-19 is surging again and these regions are facing the sharpest spikes. General Motors sparks excitement after teasing return of once iconic model, you asked. We listened. Rupee plunges to all-time low on steep U.S. tariffs, logs fourth month of loss. Bones found during FBI's Travis Decker search in Wa Forest. Finland is on the verge of an incredible human-made alteration deep beneath the earth. They'll hold a total of 5,500 tons of waste. India's push for ethanol mixed fuel sparks driver backlash, leaves carmakers scrambling. Hegseth puts up painting of Confederate general with a chilling detail at West Point. Costco's controversial policy change is officially starting. Here's what to know, including why some may be denied entry. Texas Congressman Dan Crenshaw faced MAGA's full fury as his constituents demanded the GOP release more details of the late financier's crimes and affiliations. Now, let's dive deeper into the details. United States Attorney General Pam Bondi dismissed a Department of Justice employee on Friday.
The employee, Elizabeth Baxter, made an obscene gesture towards National Guard members in Washington, District of Columbia.
Baxter, a paralegal in the Environmental Defense Section, was terminated due to this inappropriate conduct.
The incident occurred on August 18 and involved disparaging remarks towards the deployed troops.
The Federal Bureau of Investigation is warning about a sophisticated three-phase scam targeting Americans.
This phantom hacker scam involves impersonators posing as tech support, bank employees, and government officials.
Criminals manipulate victims into transferring funds under the guise of protecting their assets.
The scam has reportedly stolen over $1 billion since 2024, mainly from older adults.
Colorado law generally allows parking on the street in front of any residence.
This is permissible even if the parker is not associated with that particular residence.
However, parking is restricted near driveways, sidewalks, and fire hydrants.
Vehicles must also be parked facing the correct direction and cannot block traffic flow.
Southwest Airlines has initiated flights with a new cockpit barrier on a Boeing 737 MAX 8.
This secondary barrier enhances flight deck security, a crucial safety measure long advocated by pilot unions.
The Federal Aviation Administration mandated these barriers in 2023, with implementation beginning this week.
Southwest is among the first airlines to actively comply with the new regulation on incoming aircraft.
A Queensland, Australia resident received a substantial fine for bulldozing a mile-long path through a protected national park.
74-year-old Frank Reginald Clark cleared 19,000 square meters to create unauthorized access to his property.
This destruction impacted bushland, mangroves, and other protected marine plants within Bowling Green Bay National Park.
Clark pleaded guilty and was fined $145,000 Australian dollars, and restoration efforts are underway.
Dr. Demeter Daskalakis disclosed that Robert Kennedy Jr. has not received briefings from Centers for Disease Control scientists on major diseases.
Daskalakis resigned from his position at the Centers for Disease Control, citing concerns about the agency's direction under Kennedy.
He publicly questioned whether Kennedy has been briefed on critical health issues such as measles, COVID-19, or influenza.
Daskalakis confirmed that Kennedy has not been briefed by the Centers for Disease Control on these topics, despite multiple offers.
Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer finally called a special election for a vacant state Senate seat.
This election could shift the balance of power in the Michigan Senate and impact Governor Whitmer's final year.
The currently vacant seat has been unrepresented for 9 months, leaving the district without a voice in the legislature.
A Republican victory in this special election could significantly hinder the Democratic governor's legislative agenda.
COVID-19 cases are surging across the United States, especially in western and south-central regions.
Experts highlight Texas, California, Oregon, Nevada, and New Mexico as areas with particularly high case numbers.
While data tracking is less reliable than in previous years due to funding cuts and reduced testing, the surge is evident.
Individuals in these regions should exercise caution indoors and not dismiss COVID-19 symptoms as mere colds or allergies.
General Motors is reviving the Chevrolet Bolt for its 2027 model lineup, aiming for affordability and mass production.
This updated Bolt features a sleek new design, including sharper LED headlights and a Tesla-compatible charging port.
The revived Bolt is positioned as a standard setter for future electric vehicles, reflecting growing market demand.
Electric vehicle sales currently represent approximately 35% of global vehicle sales and are projected to increase.
The Indian rupee fell to a record low against the United States dollar due to new tariffs. These tariffs, now at 50%, are expected to negatively impact India's economic growth. Experts predict a potential reduction in India's gross domestic product growth if tariffs persist. This decline also weakens the rupee against other currencies, including the Chinese yuan. The Federal Bureau of Investigation discovered bones while searching for Travis Decker in the Leavenworth Forest area. The bones were found during a multi-day search operation near Rock Island Campground in Washington state. Authorities are currently working to determine if the discovered bones are human or animal remains. Decker is wanted for the alleged murders of his 3 daughters and is considered armed and dangerous. Finland is pioneering long-term nuclear waste storage deep underground in the Onkalo repository.
This facility will safely hold over 6,000 United States tons of spent nuclear fuel rods.
The multi-barrier system encases nuclear waste in copper and clay within stable bedrock.
Onkalo sets a global precedent for responsible nuclear waste management and environmental protection.
India has fully transitioned to E20 fuel, a blend with 20% ethanol, aiming to reduce emissions.
This shift has sparked backlash from drivers concerned about its impact on older vehicles, particularly their performance.
Automakers offer mixed guidance, causing further frustration among consumers now left with a single fuel choice.
The government acknowledges a potential slight decrease in fuel efficiency for older cars but maintains that the ethanol initiative is essential.
Defense Chief Pete Hegseth is restoring a painting of Confederate General Robert E. Lee at West Point.
This painting depicts Lee in Confederate uniform with an enslaved person attending his horse.
The painting's return aligns with efforts to reinstate Confederate symbols and revise historical narratives.
Its restoration raises legal questions and reignites debates about honoring figures tied to slavery.
Costco is implementing a new policy granting executive members exclusive shopping access from 9 to 10 ante-meridium local time.
This policy, effective since June 30th, will be strictly enforced starting September 1st after a grace period concludes.
Executive membership holders will enjoy this perk daily, except Saturdays when the window is shortened by 30 minutes.
This exclusive access is intended to reward loyal executive members who contribute significantly to Costco's sales.
Texas Representative Dan Crenshaw faced intense questioning from constituents regarding Jeffrey Epstein.
At a Houston town hall meeting, attendees demanded the release of information related to Epstein as crimes.
The constituents expressed frustration and a desire for transparency from the Republican Party.
They rejected what they perceived as propaganda and insisted on direct answers to their questions.
Thank you for listening. Stay informed, stay aware, and join us again for more updates that matter. Until next time.